When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that's too legit to spit.
Oh, yeah. Don't waste it. It's a precious resource, Kyle.
There's good nutrients in there.
Protein, carbs, salt.
Yep. Everything you need for the morning.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And today, happy birthday,
Happy
Kyle.
birthday, Mike. Happy birthday to us. It's our 7th anniversary of doing this podcast.
It's our 7th anniversary of doing this podcast. The podcast is a dog year old.
That's, or 7/9 of a cat.
Yeah.
Which is the normal way to look at it.
Jesus, why are we here? How did we do this?
I don't know. Congrats.
I feel like
for making it this far.
It snuck up on me. Like, I don't know in my heart how many years we've been doing this, but it was less than 7.
Yeah, for sure. Podcast, this is like old age in podcast years. Podcasts don't go this long.
Yeah.
Ours does, bitches.
Yeah, fucking deal with it.
Fucking deal with it.
We'll get into the number 7 and our 7th birthday, and we have per usual fun announcements to make.
Yeah.
Birthday gifts to ourselves and you.
And you, the listener.
The listener. But first,
I wanted to read some feedback first.
we have some feedback. Okay, is this somebody rage quit and made me feel bad?
Oh, no, that's a different thing.
Okay, great.
No.
That did happen, though.
That did happen. Thank you for letting us know when you stopped listening. Go ahead and, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess you can let us know if you stopped listening for whatever reason. Mike and Kyle, I found your podcast a month ago and am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm 58 and was hiding in the closet until 6 months ago. I spent my adult life only as my attempt at being a straight man. If something looked or gave off gay vibes, I avoided it like the plague because it might give away my secret. I cracked under stress and came out to my wife of 32 years. Divorce is in progress and I'm living by myself. Your podcast has become one of my favorites. I'm slowly figuring out how to be this new me, and it's cool to listen as you talk about the stereotypes and your takes on them. So thank you for that. I'm so enjoying it. As I typed, I thought I'd throw in a Gayest and Straightest. My Straightest was checking the oil before going on a 3-hour drive. My Gayest was chatting with a guy for the first time ever.
Ooh.
Thank you again, Bill.
Bill, well, first of all, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome out of that closet.
Yep.
And it's always awesome to like hear those kinds of stories. Isn't checking the oil also a euphemism for, putting the finger up in the butt to make sure that the chamber's clear before you put your dick in there?
Oh, I haven't heard that, but I love that.
You got to check the oil first, Kyle.
You got to check the oil to make sure it runs clear.
Yeah.
I thought for our 7th birthday, I would do a little gratuitous nice thing to us.
Yeah. People are so nice to us.
People are very nice to us.
Even when we don't deserve it.
Yes. But they're also mean to us when we don't deserve it. So it balances out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Do we need some birthday wine?
Oh, yeah. Birthday wine.
Let's have some birthday wine.
Cake.
And
cake,
it's
cake.
Listen to it open. It's a screw top birthday
that was
wine.
A good.
That's how you know it's good.
I now when I go to the grocery store have to like look specifically for screw top. I don't want to like get out my wine key to open up a wine. That's too much. I can't be bothered.
Yeah. No. I agree. Especially on like this is $5 Costco wine.
Yeah, all the cheap wines seem to have need a wine key, and I don't understand it.
Yeah. And I got to take my teeth out.
Yeah,
so I can drink this wine.
Get that good juicy sound of you taking your teeth out on that audio.
Okay. All right. To 7.
To 7. Cheers, Mike.
Cheers. It's whiny.
Wine. So wine. Such wine.
Now the news.
Shut your mouth hole, it's time for your ear holes. News.
Okay, Kyle.
Okay, Mike.
It's our 7th birthday.
Yes.
So I'm going to do 7 news stories.
Are you really?
I'm going to do them rapid fire.
Okay, wow.
Are you
Let's do
ready?
it. Yeah, I'm
'Cause
buckling in.
We don't want the whole episode to be just the news.
Just news, yeah.
As much as I might enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's not our vibe.
I prepared other things to talk about, so.
Okay, so news the first. Yesterday, Joe Biden's administration released a message for Easter Sunday and also a press release that I'm going too fast and it's making me stumble over my words.
All right, take it back.
I need some wine to kick in.
Need some wine.
Okay. Joe Biden released a message for Easter Sunday, per usual. Of course he did, but then also released a message about it being Trans Day of Visibility, which once again we forgot.
Oh, shit.
Shit indeed.
I posted stuff to my personal Instagram account. Does that count?
And then, but of course, then the right lost its goddamn mind because Biden talked about trans people on Easter.
Yep, and Easter is God's day or something.
Because
you
Jesus.
can't talk about anything else other than Jesus on Easter.
The Trump campaign wrote, quote, "It is appalling and insulting that Joe Biden's White House prohibited children from submitting religious egg designs for their Easter art event and formally proclaimed Easter Sunday as Trans Day of Visibility," Trump's National Press Secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, said. Okay, Carolyn with a K, K, K. Listen up for a second. First of all, yeah, it's true. You can't put the cross or any other religious symbol on an Easter egg that is decorated at the White House Easter egg party. That's been the rule for decades. It's not Biden ruining America, you whore. And it is because Easter Sunday is a movable feast. It can be all over the place and can coincide with things because it's Easter that's horning in on other people's fun.
Yeah.
So
Jesus, get your shit together.
yeah, Trans Day Visibility is not going anywhere. It's Easter that ruined it this year.
Yeah. I like that take.
All right. News the second.
Yeah.
News the second. So now to the other side of the pond to a different dickbag fuckface asshole.
Great.
So talking about Transgender Day of Visibility, political advisor and pro-Brexit pundit Dominic Cummings lost his mind on X/Twitter. He said, quote, "My message of hope on Trans Day of Visibility, trans does not exist. The sex you were born with is your sex. Calling yourself something else is self-delusional words infinitely weaker than biology and evolution. Trans is a psyop from deluded and or evil people, but it's only a feeble, trendy psyop doomed to fade, so you can escape it by the power of thought alone." Is it made up and doesn't matter, or does it matter deeply? They can't seem to make up their minds.
And the word biology always shows up. Your biology is based on a 7th grade understanding of biology. Science has confirmed that trans is a real thing and gender affirming care helps trans people.
Yep.
We know that through science.
Well, Cummings went on to claim that one could be cured of what he described as the LGBTQ plus cult by reading Fyodor Dostoevsky's 1872 novel Demons, a book about Russian revolutionaries attempting to overthrow the Tsar, and has nothing to do with LGBTQ plus people. Okay, news the third. A new trailer is out for this season of Doctor Who. It features Ncuti Gatwa, known queer person, and black dude as Doctor Who, which both of those things really piss off hardcore fans who are dickbag fuckface assholes. But in the new trailer, it also includes Jinx Monsoon as perhaps the campiest villain in the whole Whoniverse.
Whoniverse, Jesus. Friend of the show, I say, because they were on the show once.
Yeah.
But that counts, right?
That counts.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
counts.
Okay.
Our friend is now a Doctor Who villain.
Yeah.
Anyway, she looks amazing, and she just gets to say one line in the trailer, but they clearly are indicating that she's going to be a big part of this season, this iteration of Doctor Who.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Fans are speculating that she is supposed to take on the notorious role of the villain, the Master. But when the Master is incarnated as a female, it's the Mistress. So they're hoping that Jinx Monsoon is the Mistress, which means something to Who fans, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, great. Derek, did you thumbs up that? It means something to you?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Okay.
2 thumbs up.
Confirmed. Got a confirmation.
Excellent. News the fourth. The first out college wrestler in NCAA history, Alec Donovan, who's 26 years old, of Brick Township, New Jersey, was sentenced for distributing child pornography, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he apparently was a youth wrestling coach and trainer, and it was later revealed that he was sending inappropriate requests for nude pictures from underage folks, and using a web-based messaging app to solicit and distribute illegal imagery, as well as sending nudes of himself to children. This is just in my ongoing series of like, just because you're gay doesn't mean you're not terrible, and just because most of us aren't pedophiles doesn't mean that some of us aren't. But like, gay people are complex. Fuck this guy.
Yep, we have the whole range of good, bad, evil, happy, sad, all those things within us.
Yep, he has been sentenced to 87 months in a federal penitentiary, followed by 30 years of supervised release. News the 5th. It turns out that the far right and anti-LGBTQ website Action Idaho was at least in part run by Scott Yenor, who is a political science professor at Boise State University. So basically, like the World Weekly News of assholery was at least in part written by a public school professor.
Wow.
One article, for instance, on Action Idaho was headlined LGBTQ plus Pride Fest is a groomer fest.
Ugh.
Yeah. And so he has expressed far-right views elsewhere, but the ones that were expressed in this publication or website are, I guess, particularly egregious. And then, of course, it being Idaho, Boise State University has been pretty quiet about the whole thing. There's a lot of pressure for them to do something, but it's Idaho. And he has a First Amendment right to say whatever crazy old thing he wants to. That's absolutely true. And don't be a poli-sci major now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
That's a hard thing to manage.
But it's just, I guess I have in my head this idea that like professors are generally speaking like good, enlightened, progressive people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not
You'd
a good
think
assumption.
Most often education makes you pro-LGBT, but not always, I guess.
Yep. All right. News the 6th. U.S. Senator Joe Lieberman is dead at the age of 82. Now, he was Al Gore's running mate in 2000. That's why a lot of people probably know him. And he was sort of problematic politically in a lot of ways because for a Democrat, he was quite conservative and trended more conservative the older he got before he left the Senate. But he died Wednesday on of complications from a fall. If he gets credit for anything, deservedly so, he was a staunch supporter of overturning Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's great.
So at least on the Senate side, he was a leading co-sponsor of the Employment Non-Discrimination Act and Equality Act, and supported inclusive hate crimes legislation and increased funding to fight AIDS. But most notably, his efforts were key to repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. He and moderate Republican Senator Susan Collins introduced the bill to end the discriminatory policy, which passed. And so then we got rid of it. Oh. And now you can be gay and suck dick and shoot bad guys in the war all you want to.
Great. Yep. So happy. You can shoot wherever.
And then news the last. So a Travis County judge has made a decision to keep blocking Texas Attorney General and dickbag fuckface asshole candidate Ken Paxton from investigating PFLAG.
Oh, you wanted to investigate PFLAG?
Yeah,
Fuck
so
off.
so the Texas Attorney General's office asked PFLAG to hand over information with potentially sensitive information that identified its members to Paxton's office, which, of course, him being him and Texas being Texas, the question is, why do you want that? It's probably not for good reasons.
No, it's not going to be doing anything. It's not to send them a 7th anniversary Gayish gift.
Right, yeah, exactly. So anyway, this judge, Judge Amy Clark Meacham, has issued a temporary injunction saying that PFLAG, quote, would suffer immediate and irreparable injury, and has set a trial date for the case on June the 10th, and signaled that she thought PFLAG would likely prevail at that time. So anyway, he's like, give me your info. And they were like, no. And the judge was like, yeah, no.
Great. That's the way it should be.
That's the news.
Wow, Mike. 7 news stories. Way to go.
Yeah. Thanks.
Congrats.
And we did them quick.
And you did them quick. I want to thank the following 3 Patreon members.
Oh, that was a miss on our part.
Yeah, we should have
been
drummed
banking
up. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
here, idea.
Yeah.
Say 7 names, and then people have to guess whether they're real or not.
Okay. Thank you to Randy Joseph Blimum.
Joseph Limum
Joseph Blumum?
of the Niagara Joseph Limums?
Yes, you must know him. You must be friends with him.
Okay.
Thank you to Brent Cullum.
Brent Cullum.
Thanks, Brett.
That was
Brett Cullum. Brett Cullum.
Brett,
Motherfucker.
No N.
No Brett. No N.
All right.
That was a real one. And I couldn't say it. Thank you to Sandra D.
She's lousy with virginity.
So lousy. Thank you to Randall Beans. That's a real one. Just between us.
Magical fruit.
Thank
Okay.
you to Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
A separate person.
There's a couple of us out there.
Thank you to Gene Resnick.
Wasn't that the lead singer of 9 Inch Nails or something?
Maybe. I don't know. And thank you to Sterling Coopersunder.
Sterling Coopersunder, thank you for your support.
Thank you to everyone who supports us. If you want to support the show, get ad-free episodes a day early, get bonus segments and episodes and shirts and signed stuff and discounts on the merch store and a whole bunch of stuff, go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast.
Do it. All right, do you want to talk about the number 7?
Let's talk about the number 7.
Happy birthday again, Kyle.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah. We've been at this a minute.
Yeah. We kind of know what we're doing now.
I guess.
Doesn't feel like it always, but
Thank God for Derek. Cause
I know, right?
Somebody's got to get this shit together.
Thanks to Derek.
Okay. Well, okay. So 7 years ago this week is when Gayish podcast first went on the air, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And
first dropped.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about other awesome things that happened on April 3rd.
Okay.
So it's like the history of I'm going to start with Varnum versus Bryan, which was April 3rd, 2009. It was a court decision that was handed down by the Iowa Supreme Court, and the court held that the state's limitation of marriage to opposite-sex couples violated the Equal Protection Clause of the Iowa Constitution, making them like 3rd in the country or some shit to recognize same-sex marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was that case?
Varnum v. Bryan.
Varnum v. Bryan.
Yep. There were 6 same-sex couples who went to the office of Polk County Recorder in Des Moines, Iowa, and tried to apply for marriage licenses. Every time they were denied because they were 2 people of the same sex. Iowa law only permitted couples composed of 1 man and 1 woman to marry. The couples filed suit, arguing that this law violated certain rights guaranteed by the Iowa Constitution. And the judge was like, yeah, you're right.
It's wild that it's just like 6 pairs of humans just do that and file a suit, and that's how it happened. Like, we think that, like, I think about how, like, no one person can make a difference. It's like our collective voice that is our power, blah, blah, blah. But, like, no, these were like individuals that decided to do this. So,
yeah. I think there's also there's a bystander effect that can happen sometimes where people are like, well, somebody somewhere is going to fight for this thing.
Yeah.
Make it you, maybe?
Maybe it's you.
It might be you.
Not me, though.
Well, we're doing our part putting out this show.
That's true. I am doing something. Mom.
Oh, God. Okay. Another trial to talk about. It was on April the 3rd, 1895.
Wow.
That gay homosexual Oscar Wilde's trial started.
Oh, wow.
He was prosecuted for gross indecency with men, And the trial started on April 3rd. That was actually the one. The first trial was a libel hearing. The jury was unable to reach a verdict, and so a retrial was ordered. And then it was in the second trial that he was convicted and sentenced to 2 years hard labor.
So hard. Such labor.
The hardest labor. But yeah, it's interesting. I think this is one of those things where it's like gay people have been around for a long time, and it didn't start in the 60s.
Yeah.
And it didn't start because of gay video games or whatever, because like shit, it didn't exist then.
Yeah.
We didn't have
exactly.
movies then.
Yeah, it wasn't Stonewall that we sprung up from the earth.
Yep. Okay. I have a couple of other ones to talk to you about. Let's talk about some birthdays.
Oh, okay.
Other people that have our birthday.
Ooh.
Leona Lewis. You know Leona Lewis?
She sang Bleeding Love.
Yeah.
Keep bleeding, keep bleeding love.
We should definitely add that one to the list.
That's going on the playlist.
She was born April 3rd of 1985. She's a British singer, songwriter, actress, and model. She made that now totally stuck in my head earworm, Bleeding Love. But it turns out, I didn't realize this until I was looking up people whose birthdays are today. She's like an activist, like on our behalf. Not just for LGBTQ equality, equal rights, same-sex marriage, etc. But she's given a fuck ton of money to HIV/AIDS research. She was named an ambassador of MTV Stayin' Alive, which is a initiative to encourage HIV prevention, and she supports RED's Global Fund to End AIDS, and she's just I just didn't realize what a advocate she was for queer issues, on top of being named Europe's sexiest vegetarian, which is about the gayest thing you can do, I think.
What an award. That's okay. Sure. We can do that award. I guess so. Yeah, we need our allies. Like, as much as I wish we could do this on our own, we need allies to support us and help move our cause forward. We need people to be like, no, I'm also not gay and still support gay people, to show that it's not just us. It's more people support LGBT rights than just LGBT people. So all of that is really, and people with money. We need money. Like, if you do nothing but give money to help LGBT people, that's great, because money's in dire need.
Yep. It really, really is. Money.
The key to the world.
Fuck boys get money.
Fuck boy. I love that song so much.
Alec Baldwin was born April 3rd.
No way.
Jack Donaghy.
Jack Donaghy himself.
Which is, it's interesting. He's had an interesting life. But
he's pretty liberal, right?
He's super ass liberal. Yeah. I forgot that he's also kind of an asshole, maybe, right? Like, people say that sometimes.
Didn't he get thrown off a flight for doing Wordle on his phone or something?
In 2011, he was told to stop playing Words with Friends so the plane could take off. And apparently he became belligerent and was eventually removed from the plane.
Yeah.
But then he did a spoof of that incident during a cameo appearance on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He, of course, has been in the news a lot because the death that occurred on the set shooting of the film Rust. Yeah. But he's a Democrat, endorsed Barack Obama in 2 presidential campaigns. He's also a staunch supporter of PETA, which I had no idea.
Oh.
Which, being a vegetarian, about the gayest thing you can do.
Yep. Did he ever win an award for being vegetarian, though? Well, that's the question.
Certainly not Europe's sexiest vegetarian.
No. Nope.
Okay. Eddie Murphy was born April 3rd, 1961. And I wanted to talk briefly about something that I was super duper wrong about that's interesting to me.
Okay.
Do you remember the incident with the sex worker?
He got arrested for hiring a sex worker in his car or something?
Yeah. So So on May 2nd, 1997, he was stopped by police in West Hollywood, California at 4:45 in the morning with Addison Sayuli, who is a trans sex worker, in his car. And his publicist denied that Murphy had intended to pay Sayuli for sex, saying that Murphy was only giving her a ride home.
Yep. Sure.
He was not charged with any crime, but the incident cost him a number of public relation problems. But I remember, it was 1997, but the narrative that I remember hearing, the thing that got planted in my head brain was that he might be gay. And that was because of the, like, oh, she has a penis, so therefore that says something about his sexuality.
Yeah.
So I want to go back in time, slap 1997 Mike Johnson in the face, and say, you're going to get there eventually on all of these issues. That's not what's happening. Stop it.
Yeah. We have a better, both you and I and the world has a better collective knowledge of trans issues and what that means for your orientation and everything. So it's, yeah, we didn't know how to process information like that back in those days. So now we do. So yeah.
And then the last one, this is the gayest thing that I could find, I think, that happened on April 3rd. It's the birthday of David Hyde Pierce, who plays Dr. Niles Crane on the NBC sitcom Frasier.
the gayest TV show, I think, according to Chris Hagee, right?
Yeah, I think he's right about that too.
Yeah, it's pretty gay.
And then that character was camp as hell.
Yeah,
trumped up his like gayness a lot. He had a mythical wife, right, for a long time.
Maris. Yep.
But there was lots of media speculation about his sexuality. He didn't come out until 2007, which I thought was earlier than that.
I didn't know he was gay.
Oh, no, he came out in 2007. He came out gay, as gay, and later confirmed through his publicist that he and television writer, director, and producer Brian Hargrove were a couple.
Aww.
When accepting his Tony Award for Curtains, gay, Pierce thanked, quote, my partner Brian, because it's 24 years of listening to your damn notes. That's why I'm up here tonight.
Aww.
They married in California on October 24th, 2008, just a couple of days before Prop 8 was adopted as law that banned same-sex marriage in the state. On May 28th, 2009, while a guest on The View, he talked about being married to Hargrove and how mad he was about Prop 8. But yeah, I didn't know you didn't know that he was gay.
Yeah. It all adds up now that you lay that out. That makes sense for the trajectory of his person.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's enough for now.
I'm going to tell you about some Gayda. I have oh, hey, Mike.
The number 7 is weird.
Why?
This is a difficult topic.
Yeah, why?
Because numbers don't have a sexuality.
Numbers don't have a sexuality, but there's a lot to the number 7. It's like a very mythical thing. It's like I don't know. It's just one of those numbers like 3. It's like a number that has meaning and significance.
There's 7 holes in your head.
Oh, okay. Yep. What Gayda do I want to tell you about first?
I don't know. That's the fun and magic of podcasting.
That's the magic. I'm gonna talk about LGBTQ identification.
Okay.
A 2023 Gallup telephone survey had more than 12,000 Americans aged 18 and older answer.
Okay.
And this is what they said about LGBT identification.
Okay.
7.6 identify with one or more LGBTQ plus groups.
One or more. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 6.8, which rounds up to 7 declined to reply.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Was none of the above an option? You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder what's going on for that person. Like, you sit down, you're like being asked questions by a survey or a scientist with a lab coat and a clipboard, and you got that far just to say no.
Not going to answer.
I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
What? Why are you here?
It's because It's because they're gay.
It's because they're some kind of gay.
Right? I mean, that's my assumption, is that most, if not all of those are gay.
Yeah. How many like actually straight people do you think are the ones on TV saying like my sexuality is a secret? Or,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's nobody's public business. Like, oh, you're a faggot.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. So it's been around 7%. The LGBTQ plus identification has been around 7% for the last few years. So
Great.
in 2021, it was 7.1%. In 2022, it was 7.2%. And in 2023, it was 7.6%.
Here comes Gen Z.
And yes, okay.
40% gay.
If you break down the generations,
Yeah.
silent generation, 1.1%.
Oh,
Isn't that so sad?
they're just that silent.
They're so silent. They're barely gay. They're so
Wait.
quiet.
Can you hear them?
I'm gay. I'm so gay. Save me. Baby boomers is 2.3%.
Well,
Gen X.
we don't. How many of them do we want to claim though?
Yeah, some of these folks, they're the conservative parts of old age might have rubbed off more than the gay parts. So,
Yeah.
and if anyone, the right thing, rub off something. Okay. Gen X.
Just skip Gen X.
What's your guess? How many are gay?
Just skip them.
Why?
I'm in Gen X, and like we are overlooked all the time.
I'm gonna say
we
I'm
kind of
gonna
like it that way.
I'm gonna go out of my way to recognize Gen X.
3.5%.
4.5%.
Oh, okay. I underestimated us, just like
Yeah.
everyone else.
Millennials 9.8%.
Wow. Okay.
So it more than doubles.
Great.
Nope. Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah. Sorry. I did that math. Right and then wrong and then right and then wrong and then right. And Gen Z 22.3%.
Jesus Christ, Gen Z.
Yeah. So it's so like looking at that and then looking back at the silent generation where 1.1% identifies as LGBTQ, like that makes it even more sad.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely does. Yeah.
And like we've seen before, but I will just mention again in case you haven't heard us say it, the breakdown of like within the LGBTQ, like the identities of LGBTQ people, 57.3% are bisexual.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't realize bisexual people make up the biggest percentage of LGBTQ.
Yep.
And it's interesting that bisexual erasure is a thing and that gay men often get the focus and the attention, even though bisexual people make up the majority. So that's just a fun fact that, there's a 7 in there, 57.3. Ooh, on theme. And then the last fact that I thought was interesting is women are nearly twice as likely as men to identify as LGBTQ.
Okay. Like in that
you seem totally fine with that number.
just aren't all girls lesbians for like one semester in their sophomore year? Like,
That's one of the, I think that's one of the challenges because what is that called?
confirmation bias.
Lesbian until graduation, a lug.
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
We have a hard time taking lesbians seriously, and that's the assumption is, like all girls will just make out with other girls, but then that means we don't like take their either bisexualism is bisexualism?
It's an ism, sure.
Or lesbianism seriously. So okay. The other thing about that study though is it's a telephone call.
Yeah.
Who's answering the telephone?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that it's 7% are LGBT is like of people you called on the telephone.
Right.
So that number is the 7% that didn't say anything, they're gay. And then the percentage that we're talking is like the people that answer the fucking phone, which will bias towards like
Yeah.
straight people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, those are the numbers.
I'm kind of surprised that 22% of Gen Z would answer the phone.
I know. I expected it to be like 0% are LGBT because no one answered the fucking phone. We tried to WhatsApp them, but that didn't work either.
Oh, good. Oh, hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
Let's do an exciting announcement.
Oh, okay. What do you want to announce?
I would like to announce that I am running for Congress. of my bedroom.
Oh, sexual congress.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I forgot. I already forgot the list.
Do you want me to make an announcement?
Make an announcement, Kyle.
Now available on our merch store.
Oh, new merch, everybody.
New merch is a Gayish flag.
Yeah.
You can get an entire flag with the Gayish logo on it if you want a flag to hang up in your room. It's like a full-size flag, and it has the like rainbow in it, so it's definitely gay. It's so cute.
Yep. Or out on your porch for Pride.
Yeah.
Pride's right around the corner, y'all.
That's true. So you can go to gayishpodcast.com/merch and then click on the easiest way is on the left-hand side, click on the accessories, and you'll see like socks and water bottles and this flag.
Here's the thing, Kyle.
What's the thing?
We have to sell at least one.
To make it worth my time and effort to have put this on the merch store?
Because the one person that asked specifically if they could have a flag.
Oh, someone asked?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was at our live show in Chicago, I believe.
Oh.
Somebody was like, I would love to have a flag.
Oh, you better fucking buy this or I'm coming for you.
Exactly.
I'm going back to Chicago, waiting at Sidetrack, and I'll find you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good announcement.
Good announcement. Good job. Way to go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I like this. We should congratulate ourselves every couple segments just to keep the energy.
I mean, I agree.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, okay. April 3rd, 2017, we came out of the podcast vagina and into the world. I wanted to talk to you briefly about the top 7 TV shows, movies, and songs that year.
Okay.
That day. The day that we started. Which category do you want to do first?
Let's do TV shows.
TV shows it is. So number 7 was Madam Secretary. Do you remember Madam Secretary?
Not a little bit.
Téa Leoni portrayed the Secretary of State as she navigated the complexities of diplomacy while balancing her personal life. So it was just that Gina Davis show with a demotion.
That was funny to someone. I don't know.
She played the president.
Okay.
And then Téa Leoni was just the Secretary of State. Okay, number 6, Law and Order True Crime.
Ooh, dun dun.
It was a mini-series, but it looked into the real-life murders of a Hollywood movie executive and his former beauty queen wife committed by their own sons.
Ooh.
Edie Falco was in it.
Oh, she's great.
It was the Menendez murders.
Oh, yikes.
Number 5 was Shots Fired.
Don't remember that.
A crime drama that examined the aftermath of racially charged shootings in a small southern town. Sine Lathan and Stephen James led the cast. Now, here's the one. Okay, we got to talk about this.
What?
I have lied about this before.
What?
Number 4, Blackish.
Oh.
Anthony Anderson stars as a family man striving to maintain cultural identity while raising his kids in an upper middle class neighborhood. It's a blend of comedy and social commentary. It resonated with viewers. I maintained that we named this show at about the same time that show started, and that we were not derivative of them. We weren't copying that name. Or that we couldn't have copied them because like we came up with it independently or something. That's a lie. It had been out for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, it had definitely been out and was in the mainstream cultural consciousness. I feel like we came up with it independently and it wasn't, I don't know, but maybe we were influenced by them subconsciously. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, like, our show's better. It's still on the air.
Okay. I was going to say, but you don't. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I have no response to that. You're right.
Number 3, Fresh Off the Boat. Do you remember Fresh Off the Boat?
I never watched it, but I remember hearing about it.
It's a comedy that followed a Taiwanese family navigating life in America during the 90s. And it stood out to me. I remember it just because there are not a lot of shows about Asian people.
No.
And it was noteworthy for being centered on them. Number 2 was Training Day.
Not even a little bit.
A TV follow-up to the 2001 film by the same name This crime drama pairs a rookie cop with a corrupt officer. Bill Paxton and Justin Cornwell led the cast in this action-packed series. You don't, like, if you do a movie and it's not good enough to do a sequel, going to TV and doing it anyway just seems like an act of desperation to me.
I don't know. Tell that to Friday Night Lights.
Okay. Wasn't there a bunch of locker room dick in that one?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched either of them.
Okay, great.
Because it was about football, something that I didn't care about even when I played football.
Get. Okay, well, the number one show in the country when we started the podcast was Manhunt, an intense drama that delves into how an FBI profiler helped track down the notorious terrorist Ted Kaczynski, also known as the Unabomber.
Yikes!
Yeah,
I don't remember that. Do you remember that?
The Unabomber?
No. That show?
I do remember that show.
Oh.
That's
wow.
the only one. Well, Fresh Off the Boat, I remember. Blackish, I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, I barely remember any of these.
Yeah.
I guess I remember the Menendez brothers one too. But okay, I actually
That's
remember
most of
more of
them.
them than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, next we'll do movies because they're already on my screen.
Okay.
Number 7 was The Fate of the Furious.
Oh, that's Too Fast, Too Furious sequel.
Yeah, it was the 8th one, which seems like 7 too many to me. I know people love those movies.
The fact that it's like a enterprise in and of itself is wild to me, but here we are.
Okay. Chases and explosions, you have to do that because that's what people want, I guess. But like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6, The Ticket.
Nope.
Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey delivers a powerhouse performance as a blind man who regains his sight. However, newfound ambition blinds him in unexpected ways. He's hot, though. Okay, number 5, Their Finest.
Nope.
Set during World War II, this film features Gemma Arterton, Bill Nighy, and Sam Claflin as a film crew working on a propaganda film. It's a historical thing. I don't know. Anyway, number 4, Speech and Debate. High school drama nerds take center stage in this film. Fed up with administrative interference, they channel their passion into the speech and debate team.
I'm batting pretty bad on this one.
Did I just not watch any movies that year? It seems
You were
like
so busy with the podcast that you couldn't find any time.
I was busy getting divorced. Number 3, God Knows Where I Am, a haunting documentary that delves into the life of Linda Bishop. Mentally ill and surviving on just 2 apples a day, she squats in an abandoned house. I don't know why it made me laugh.
2 apples a day keeps 2 doctors away.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Number 2, Graduation. Romanian director Christian Mungiu weaves a tense narrative in this film. It explores the lengths a father, played by Romeo, would go to secure his college-bound daughter's future. Number 1 was Colossal.
Nope.
Directed by Nacho Vigalondo, this film is far from your typical creature feature. Anne Hathaway stars as an alcoholic who inadvertently unleashes a giant monster on Seoul, Korea.
Wow. That with the name like Anne Hathaway, and I still don't remember it. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Derek liked that one too. Okay, and then last, the song.
The songs. Yeah.
Do you know what the number 1 song was the day that the podcast came out?
I do not.
Do you have any guesses?
No.
You can't channel anything about that time period?
No.
I think I only know one of these songs, and it's that one. Number 7 was Something Just Like This, the Chainsmokers and Coldplay.
Huh.
No?
No.
Number 6 was Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black.
Nope.
Number 5 was I Feel It Coming by The Weeknd featuring Daft Punk.
Mm-mm.
Number 5 was Bad and Bougie, Migos featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
Lots of collabs on the day that.
I think there always are.
Yeah.
Don't know that one, though.
No.
Number 3, I Don't Want to Live Forever, 50 Shades Darker by Zayn and Taylor Swift.
Zayn? Oh, whatever happened to him? He was so hot.
Number 2, That's What I Like by Bruno Mars.
Mm-mm.
What the fuck is going on with music? Like, this is why we started the podcast. We weren't watching movies. We weren't watching TV. All of the songs sucked.
We had nothing else going on.
Number 1, this is the universe balancing us out, starting our gay-ass podcast. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Oh, I do know that song.
That song would not go away. It was on the charts it was 9 weeks at number 1, and it was in the top 10 for like almost half a year.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
Anyway, that's just a little look at where we were 7 years ago when we started this little adventure, Kyle.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a little look back into our history.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you about the 7 deadly sins.
Okay, let's do it. I almost got us the 7 deadly zins to drink for wine. But then I was like, it's like $20 a bottle.
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's a lot. But the idea is hilarious, so you get credit for that.
Thank you.
The first one, of course, that we have to talk about is pride.
Yeah. Pride.
Pride is a deadly sin.
Yeah. Do they mean it the same way, though? Because, like, to be proud is, I don't know. Isn't that okay?
Like, each of the deadly sins to have some of it is okay. Like, to have a little bit of greed is okay. To want things for yourself is okay. I think it's just in the extreme that all of these are bad. To have some sloth is fine. Like that, we just call that self-care these days.
Yeah, I guess the opposite of gluttony is 2 apples a day.
And that's not great either.
That's not great either.
Yeah. So like we all have some of these, but I think it's the extremes that make them really bad. So yeah, I think it's not our pride.
Do you think that, okay, so you can, like, straight people, a lot of them don't like pride. They think it's bad.
Right.
And they have their reasons or whatever. Do you think that it was bad marketing for us to choose that, given that it was one of the deadly sins?
I wonder how it being on the list of deadly sins, like from the jump, we were pitting ourselves against religion.
Yeah.
Religion, that's not fair because religion had pitted itself against us long, long ago. So that it was nothing new. We didn't start this battle, but it really like dug into the fact that we were going to go against religion.
Yep.
Maybe I like that about it, you know? Maybe that's good.
We could have called it sodomotopia.
If only. So it almost was called, I'll tell you when I get into the segment. So the first parade to commemorate the Stonewall riots was originally called the Christopher Street
Liberation Day.
Liberation Day March.
It's still called that some places.
Oh, is it really?
Like in Germany, they still call it CSD.
Oh, wow. And they're basing it on New York.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, after the committee that planned it, committee member and activist Craig Schoonmaker was the first to suggest using the term pride.
I'm proud of this wine. Proud of this wine going in my face.
Thanks, Mike. Mm-hmm. Craig said on the Illusionist podcast, episode 12, quote, "We were going to create a number of events the same weekend as the march to bring in people out of town and wanted to unite the events under a label. First thought was gay power."
Okay.
How do you like that compared to gay pride?
I mean, black people kind of took the blank power thing first.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's true. To continue the quote, "I didn't like that, so proposed gay pride. There's very little chance for people in the world to have power. People did not have power then. Even now, we only have some. But anyone can have pride in themselves, and that would make them happier as people and produce the movement likely to produce change." Which I like that thought process, like saying power, like you may not have power. You may be sitting in the suburbs of some shit-ass backwards city and have no one else that's gay and be 16 and have nothing.
Yep. Which is still a thing that's true.
Yeah.
Right? We get letters from people like that all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's pride. To fill out the rest of them, I went on Reddit. So this is a backdoor Ask Reddit segment.
Great.
The subreddit Random Thoughts that someone posted, if gay pride exists, then so should gay greed, lust, wrath, and envy.
I mean, gay lust does.
No, right. So I pulled from the comments.
That's probably a website. Gaylust.
Oh my God, what's gaylust.com?
Free gay videos and sex movies.
Yeah, I want free gay videos.
You've reached the best free gay tube site of the world. We provide you over 2 million free gay videos and sex movies featuring hot bears, hard barebacks, huge cocks, sexy hunks, and all kind of gay videos.
I love sex movie.
You'll find tons of raunchy free gay videos here. See and download for free and share your favorite videos.
Download for free.
Oh, it's just X videos.
Oh.
I've been there before. Good Lord.
What?
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that penis.
Oh my God. That poor gentleman.
He's like part snake to get that in there.
Yeah, he had to unlock his jaw.
Sorry, I'm experiencing lust right now. So.
Yeah, I went into the comments and grabbed people's comments about what each of these are. So greed is corporate virtue signaling, unless they cared about gay rights before gay marriage.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Wrath is instead of peaceful protest for our rights, let's riot. Hell yeah.
Throw some bricks.
Throw some bricks, buddy. Envy, wishing you were gay but knowing you're not.
Yeah.
I think some people wish they were gay because they see how cool it is.
Absolutely.
Lust, kiss men, have sex with men, now do it now, is what one person says.
But boys get money.
Fuck boys get money. That's the tagline of this episode. Gluttony, Nikocado avocado.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Wait, was that a regular episode or a bonus episode?
Oh, I forget.
I looked at Derek. And sloth, lying in bed with your gay lover.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Gay sloth is like my MO for life these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you first start dating someone and you have the like cute in bed stage
Yes.
of and like ordering food all the time and
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, that's such a cute time because you're like in love and just happy
Yeah. And warm.
and warm because of covers. The opposite of the 7 deadly sins are the heavenly virtues.
Oh, here we go.
Chastity.
Fuck no. Well,
Temperance.
that's hot for some people.
That's true. That's a whole kink. Temperance.
What is that? Not drinking? I don't even know.
Charity.
Okay. Well, okay.
We give to the HRC.
We need that.
Yeah.
We sponsored Trans Pride this year.
We did.
Yeah.
For Seattle. Yeah.
Thanks, Patreon.
Thanks, Patreon.
We're just giving your money away.
Yeah. Yeah. Diligence. Patience. Kindness and humility.
What is diligence but patience with a purpose?
Wow, Mike. Let's really reflect on that together.
Great.
What is diligence but patience with a purpose? That should go in the Merriam-Webster.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you I was in a mood, Kyle.
That's my segment on the 7 deadly sins.
Great. I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
It was deadly.
And it was sinful.
It was sinful.
Yeah. Should we do another announcement?
It's time for an announcement, Kyle.
Okay.
I'm here to announce. So several episodes ago, we posted a poll to our Facebook group, and had everybody vote on which episode you want us to revisit. And in I think one of the favorite things our listeners have ever done to punk us, they have once again selected threesomes.
Yes. To remind us of that time where we accidentally did threesomes, even though we had already done it and only realized halfway through. They have now requested we do threesomes. To be fair, a third time is fitting.
Yeah. Yeah. But then maybe never again. Can we just retire it after that?
I think
it's like a jersey that needs to go away.
A 3 hanging up from the rafters of the studio would be very, very on point.
We will, over the next several months, redo threesomes just for you motherfuckers that liked to be like cunning, clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
look forward to that because I don't.
I'm just going to copy paste threesomes too, and y'all won't even notice.
Do the exact same episode.
Can we
just repost
post the same episode and call it? My God, that'd be so nice.
That'll teach you.
Yeah. I hate how some podcasts do like re-airing of old episodes and they post them again. It's like, yo, I can go listen to any episode I want at any time. You don't have to repost it.
Yeah.
So stupid. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Remember when we did a clip show?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a fake clip show.
A fake clip show? I liked that. I don't think people
didn't get it.
No, people didn't get it. Well, because it was like we never did anything like it or ever did anything like it again. So it was just so random.
That stands out to me as an episode.
Yeah. That stands out amongst the things we've done.
I wanted to talk to you about the 7-year itch.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I got it because I don't see my doctor. And my chlamydia keeps flaring up.
Yeah. I think they have antibiotics for that.
Yeah.
Or maybe Doxypep. Are we running that ad these days?
Yes. Yeah, okay. We are. Yes. In your relationship at around the 7-year mark, you're ready to break up.
Yeah. So the 7-year itch is in popular like parlance, people say it like it's been studied and that it's true.
Oh.
Like that there's like every 7 years Saturn goes back up your asshole and like or something and makes you do self-reflective things and reevaluate your position in life, and it's often that includes like not being with the person that you're with anymore, and that like there's different levels of like armchair science about why this is the case, but nobody ever really questions whether it's the case or not.
Oh, that's true.
Kind of say it.
One of the things I just heard recently, yesterday, someone said it's because your cells regenerate every 7 years. So you are a new person every 7 years. So every 7 years, it's like I'm a different person than when I started dating this. Like physically, I'm a physically different person.
It's like this very ship of Theseus, right?
I don't know what that means.
Great.
Okay.
That's like if you start at the front of a boat and over the course of 7 years, you replace every board in the boat. By the time you get to the end of the boat, is it the same boat?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, I think. Here's the thing. If Star Trek transporters technology is ever going to have, if it's ever going to work, I need to believe in this. Because like there's the like, does the transporter, does it murder you and make a new you and you go away because you got murdered? This is just a new clone that thinks it's you.
Huh.
Or is it actually you? I want it to be actually me. Similarly, if we do brain technology and start to replace your brain with electronics, when do you stop being you? Because what if we could just like do little pieces of your brain at a time, just a little taste of microchips, and eventually it's just all microchips, but like there was no break in continuity. Is it still you?
Are you currently high?
Not high enough.
Okay, this is the kind of stuff that you get high and you think about.
Yeah.
No, sure, we can ponder together.
I did do a bunch of shrooms.
Okay, great. Ideal, 7 of them.
Okay, so 7-year itch. The 7-year itch was used in the title of the play, The 7-Year Itch by George Axelrod, and then gained popularity following the 1955 film adaptation starring Marilyn Monroe and Tom Ewell. Now, before that, people did use the 7-year itch, but they meant it the chlamydia way. They meant it like an actual itch that lasted for a very long time because it was particularly pernicious for whatever reason.
Yikes.
But it was this play and then movie that changed it to this idea, this meme that like every 7 years you're going to like dump whoever you're with and start over.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people say it's about your job, that like 7 years is the longest that you can stay at a job before you're just like, fuck you, I quit and go do something else.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Kyle.
What?
At least in the United States, according to the National Center for Health Statistics, it might be true.
Really?
In 1922, the median duration of marriage that ended in a divorce was 6.6 years.
That rounds up to 7.
In 1974, the median duration was 7.5 years.
That rounds up to 8.
It rounds down to 7.
No, let's round it down.
In 1990, the median duration was 7.2 years. So we have then, like, just in those 3 times, there's like almost 70 years at which it was 7 years plus or minus a half a year.
Wow.
So, and then research in 2012 found that American divorce rates peaked after about 10 to 12 years. The idea being like, if you make it past 12 years, you're probably going to be together forever. Kind of a thing.
It's a good goal to set for myself.
And it might not just be the United States. There are some studies from China that suggest that 5 to 10 years, the middle of which is 7, is about how well they do. And divorce rates in Finland show similar patterns. And it turns out that LGBTQ people are fit roughly the same curve.
Oh, we don't stay together longer or shorter?
No. But what do you think? What do you think that's about? Right? Like you said the cells thing, which I submit as utter horseshit.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed.
But like, I also don't think it's horoscopes. Sorry, whoever's lesbians listening. That's not. I don't believe in that. What is it? Like, why 7 years? Because it seems like there's enough math to it that there's something happening. One of my theories, is that it has to do with speed limit birthdays.
Oh,
that like you're like, oh God, like that's turning 30 made me gay, Kyle. and we had been together for about 7 years at that time. But it's like 7 years, no matter how you slice it, you have a speed limit birthday that's coming up or just happened. And there's this like need to have a new life so that you're not stuck doing the same old fucking boring shit for another 5 years. Maybe.
So like at that speed limit anniversary, then you start thinking like, maybe I should get out of this. And then it takes you a couple of years to like lock it in there and actually make the decision.
Yep.
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know. I also think that like, I don't want it to be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. That's good. So, I mean, knowing that it is kind of true leads you to then be on the lookout for it. Like, it's good information to know that is a thing that happens around that mark. So to be like in your relationship, like talk about upcoming 7 years and be communicative. Like, it's a useful thing to know about.
I do think that like there's lots of good Cosmo articles about how to keep it fresh, and you should actually probably be thinking about that. And try to accomplish that.
Maybe like year 1 is exciting and new. Year 2, you're starting to like figure out your routine. Year 3, you're like in a routine, but it's comfortable. And
then you start getting mad, but it's a slow burn.
Yeah. And then slow, like by the time you've had that same routine a couple more years, you're like, oh, okay, this is now it's not a good routine. Now it's bad routine. So you try to spice it up. By year 6, that doesn't really work. So then by year 7, you're done. You're ready to call it quits.
Well, there's a German politician named Gabriele Pauli, and she, on September 21st of 2007, she said that she believed all marriages should expire after 7 years, and you could extend the marriage by getting remarried.
Oh.
But that it should be a decision that you make every 7 years, and legally have it be every 7 years. Like I don't know, it's like your car warranty or something. Like, do you want to re-up or not?
Yeah.
And anyway, there's a lot of Bavarians. She's from Bavaria. There are a lot of Bavarians that are Catholic, and apparently she lost the next election after she said that.
Oh no.
But I kind of think there's some wisdom to that. This idea that like there should be some kind of like mechanism by which you get to re-choose and not have it just happen accidentally.
I think marriage, you have to choose every day to be in that marriage.
Barf, Kyle.
It sounds like just more legalese. It sounds like another administrative step in the way of you being married. Like getting my driver's license renewed. Like, you dread when that comes up, and
Yeah.
like it's just like, can't this happen automatically?
All right.
Yeah. Do you think it's a good idea?
Kind of. I kind of do.
I think like maybe within the two people might agree that like, let's check in every 7 years.
Yeah, but then also I think that there's this like, I don't know. This is a fucked up, weird analogy. That's what wine does, Kyle. Wine and mushrooms. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think that being in an open relationship has led me to be less interested in sex with other people. And it's the idea that because you can, the pressure and tension of not being able to is gone. And I think that human nature, that there's some amount of our behavior is rebellion against what we're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Or the options that have been eliminated for us or whatever. So
I think we romanticize the things that have been taken away from us.
Absolutely. So in a world where marriage doesn't necessarily mean forever, I wonder if they would last longer. Like if it was just a like, the clock is ticking, this thing's ending in 7 years. So do you want to or not? Instead of this like pressure of it has to be forever.
Yeah.
I'm really good at divorce though. Nobody should listen to me for anything ever.
No, I think that makes sense. Like you want out, like, okay, here you go. Do you really? Like that's making that easier, more attainable option might help remind people why they're in it.
Yeah.
Huh, I can see that.
Yeah. Let's make an announcement.
What announcement?
I have the 7-year itch. This is the last podcast episode, Kyle.
No, it's
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's also April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah, while we're recording.
Yep.
So not anymore for you all. But do you want to announce the Patreon episodes that we're going to release?
Yes. Okay. You have the list somewhere,
yeah.
which is good. But Kyle and I have been talking for a little while about how it might be nice to have some of our Patreon content available to everyone.
Yep.
So you can get a taste. So we have selected 7 episodes that we think might be fun for people to listen to. So Kyle's going to say them now.
Yeah, the 7 episodes that we are going to. This is old Patreon content that Patreon people you've already heard, and so. But yeah, the 7 episodes we are releasing are witches.
Yeah.
Douching.
Yeah.
Rejection. Shame.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus.
Yay.
Queercore.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
And math. So anyone, you don't have to be a Patreon supporter, can go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast by the time this goes up and go listen to those old episodes. So if after listening to this episode, you're all caught up, now you have some more episodes to go listen to.
Yeah, you do. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Check us out.
Happy our birthday.
Happy our birthday to you.
Everyone.
Okay. This is my gift to you, Mike.
Okay.
I want to talk about 7 of 9.
Her boobs are so big.
That's the segment, folks.
Jerry Ryan. She is amazing. And I think, for my money, not kidding, I think she's top 5 characters of the entire franchise for me. By the way, we're talking about Star Trek, everyone.
This is Star Trek. Oh, yeah, yes. For those that don't know what's happening. And I recognize her. She's in one of the series that I watch now with you.
Oh, Picard.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess used to, because that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, bye.
By the way, this is a side note. I didn't realize this. The first openly gay series 7 of 9, the character is bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
The first openly gay series regulars weren't introduced to the Trek universe until 2017,
mm-hmm.
which that seems very late.
Mm-hmm.
They were late to the game.
Yeah.
But Jerry Ryan.
Are they referring to Discovery? Paul Stamets and Dr. Culber? Culber?
I wrote down 3 bullets for this.
I assume that's what they mean. Okay, go ahead.
And there was a lot of fan speculation on the fact that 7 of 9 was some kind of queer.
She gives big dyke energy, man, like in the best way possible.
And a lot of people pointed to the time that she was raised in the Borg collective as something that would make her mind more open and expansive to other like identities. Yeah. And I don't know what that means. I just wrote that down.
Okay. Do you want me to explain it?
Yes.
Okay.
My gift to you was you explaining this to me, and I would listen.
Great. Should I start or end the speech I'm about to give with why I think that that's bullshit?
End it. Get me there. Edge me, Mike.
The Borg are the big bad for many of Star Trek's iterations and incarnations, and the Borg are a society of cybernetic beings that go from planet to planet and absorb or assimilate the technology and biology of those species. So all of a sudden, and every Borg that's walking around doing stuff is a species, some other person, a person that was brought in and then like plugged into the collective. So they like change their body parts and put them in a black like robot suit thing, but their brain becomes part of one mind, a hive mind, a collective. So there are ostensibly trillions of minds all sharing one mind space while you're in the collective. So the character of 7 of 9, who was Annika, I think that was her name, Annika Hansen, was absorbed into the collective when she was a girl, grew up in the collective, and then in Star Trek Voyager was unplugged from the collective and joined the crew because her boobs needed to bring ratings. So the idea is that she has lived the same life as trillions of other souls that had been absorbed by this collective, and that maybe would have impacted at least her openness to alternative sexuality. Here's the bullshit part. The thing that I don't like about that is I don't think it's wise or safe to say everybody would be queerer if they just knew more. Like, I think that straight people are a thing, and that's okay. It's not because they're just ignorant and need to be, like, shown the right porn. Like, so just the idea that, like, because she'd had this experience, that would make her queer, I disagree with that. Now, maybe she was already queer, and having that experience would make her more open to that because it would shed away sort of her societal projections and issues. I'm on board with that, but that's not usually how people say it when they say it.
Yeah, totally.
Whew. Thank you so much, Kyle. This is the happiest I've ever been. We can
remember this moment because it'll never happen again.
We can keep doing this show. But she's a lesbian now, or at least in a same-sex relationship.
Yes, and it is. I agree that I think for the Borg, that is a metaphor, like the same reason I think God is non-binary and probably pansexual or something, like to be an all-knowing, all-powerful being, I think would mean like you got to be some kind of queer. I don't know. I think it's for the same reason. The same theory behind it is like if you're open to millions or trillions of lives, how could you not be a little queer? But
also,
okay.
Also,
I thought we were done. Okay.
I want to push back on the 2017 thing because in Enterprise, which is not everyone's favorite series, don't fucking at me, you dickbags, but in Enterprise, the Doctor was poly.
Oh.
He's a Denoblian and is married to like 3 other people. Like there's like a pod of like 6 of them that all live together and they bang together. And
was he a series regular?
Like every episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are poly people
Dr. Phlox was his name.
Phlox. Are poly people part of LGBTQ plus?
Absolutely. See, I'm enamored with this like GSRM thing. Gender, relationship, sexuality, minorities. And those are certainly relationship, if not also sexuality minorities.
Yeah.
So I think poly people absolutely count.
No, I completely agree.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome to the tent, everybody.
Yeah.
Is that an announcement?
Well, announcement.
people, we're for you too.
Yeah, we're rebranding to Polyish.
Oh God, I'd listen to that show.
We're going to be on the Poly podcast soon. So
that's true.
So we got some Poly discussions in our future.
He was hot. Okay. On the Patreon, I'm going to read you a couple of adorable stories that ChatGPT wrote for us.
Okay. And maybe I'll tell you about my other Gata.
Yeah. Okay.
My other Gatum that I didn't tell you yet.
I don't know how it fits in the episode, but the song 7 by Prince and the New Power Generation was one of my favorite songs when I was a kid.
Oh.
And he was like, at the very least, gender fluid.
Yeah.
Pansexual gets thrown around a lot for him. And it's a little unclear whether that was true or not. Also, Prince apparently got kind of crazy. He became a Jehovah's Witness and started to be a little like Bible thumpy and
oh, no way.
Not down with the gays.
Huh.
Which is weird because he wore so much purple.
He was one of those rockers that like violated gender norms through his clothing and voice.
But let's put the song 7 on the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great.
Let's do it.
Is that it?
I think maybe we'll do one more thing.
Okay, great.
And I wanted to give you something.
Oh God, okay.
So hold on.
Birthday wine?
I'm going to give you this card and I'm going to get you something.
Oh, Kyle. Okay. Ooh. A bottle. Okay, it says thank you. Mike, thank you for being an amazing podcast co-host, planning a wonderfully successful 2023 tour, writing a book with me, and most of all, being an incredible friend. You mean the world to me. You're the best, Kyle. You're the best, Kyle.
Oh.
But thank you.
Yeah.
And this is a bottle of Fireball.
You just came back with Easter with your family, so I figured Fireball was on the brain.
Oh my God. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to give you your thing then.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
for you.
Yours is wrapped. Mine was in a brown paper bag, the one that I got from the grocery store.
But I didn't write a card.
Oh,
so I
okay.
think we're even.
Okay, yeah, that balances out. Oh my God.
We talked about this the other night.
Is this a regular Nintendo system?
I don't know if it's just regular Nintendo or if it's also Super Nintendo, but there's 620 games from the Nintendo universe, from old school Nintendo on that thing. Because you said that like you and your dad played sometimes, right?
My dad used to, yeah, we used to play with my dad, my brother, and I. Yeah. Oh my God. I wonder if I can play Mario on this.
I'm sure you can play Mario.
I used to, in the mornings before we went to school, like get babysat by this family, and we would always play Mario, and I'd have to share the controller with. Now I can play Mario at home by myself.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my God. I'm going to replay, like, which one was Mario 3 the good one?
Mario 3 was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to replay Mario 3.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
You're quite welcome.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's also, you kind of feel like your real birthday. Does the podcast birthday like overshadow your birthday?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm going out and drinking for my birthday this weekend. So
next week's episode would we sound hungover as fuck, everybody.
That's
we
why.
is.
Yep. That's why.
Great. Should we take a break?
Yeah. Let's take a break.
A 7-second break. 7-minute break.
Okay. 7-minute break. 7 minutes in heaven break.
Break.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
So are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest, but first, as opposed to head first, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
I get it. Our socials, you can find where to join our communities at gayishpodcast.com/contact. Join our Facebook group and our Discord.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, especially if it's your Gayest and Straightest. It's 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
And our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109. We do have a mail call.
Ooh, mail.
Yeah, we got a postcard from... It's an anonymous postcard.
Okay.
But you can read that.
Anonymous postcard that... Oh, yeah, you're right. don't see.
It's maybe from Japan.
Maybe. Mike. Hi, Mike and Kyle. Long time / first time. IDK, if you still take write-in Gayest and Straightest, but I wanted to give you my biased of the week. I finally got to go on a lifetime but ket list trip. I don't know what that means. On a lifetime but...
Bucket list?
A lifetime bucket list trip. And when I arrived, I said to myself, we did it, boys. I'm still not sure if I meant it like a frat guy talking to the bros or like Ursula talking to her eels. Bye-ish. Thanks a bunch. Oh, thanks for that postcard.
Thanks for the postcard.
Yeah.
We also got this. I don't know.
What?
Well, it's Mr. Mike Johnson and Mr. Kyle Getz, Gayish podcast in our address.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, Happy New Year, Alex, Gigi, James, Coco, and Harry.
Oh.
Who are the gay?
Which one of you is gay?
Listening.
Who listens and who's gay?
My money's on the dog.
Oh, the dog definitely. Oh, the cat. There's a cat in there too.
There's like no information.
Oh.
There's no, like, it doesn't open. There's not like.
No, there's nothing on the inside. There's just a picture of some folks that may or may not be gay.
Happy New Year to you too.
Happy New Year to all of you.
Hey, rate, review, subscribe, and recommend, everybody. It helps us a lot. It helps us out. That's all we want for our birthday.
Yes. If you want to give us a birthday gift, go rate us. I promise you, it takes like a couple minutes to go give us a 5-star rating. Type in a review. Just say like, amazing show. I love it. Like, if you're not feeling creative, just type that. And the next time you see a friend that you think needs to be gayer, or then just tell them to listen to Gayish, and it really helps us.
That's a good way to find out if somebody at work that you're attracted to is gay.
Oh, yeah.
Just be like, recommend us to
Yep.
them.
Yep.
And if their face lights up, you got them.
Yep. You heard it here. This is how you fuck your coworker.
It's time for our Gayest and Straightest.
Yeah. I'll go.
Okay.
So my Gayest, I don't know if this is cheating, but I'm going to use it anyway. My Gayest is doing makeup with Felix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get to, we did our Gayest series before we did our makeup last time. So I didn't get to use, so now I get to use it now. Anyway. Yeah, I had never done that many steps for makeup until I did our makeup with Felix. So
are you planning on doing more steps than 0 in the future?
We'll see. Probably not. I've been tired. My Straightest is doing my taxes.
Oh God, yeah.
It
She got them in before the deadline.
I didn't.
You usually get an extension, don't you?
I usually submit an extension and then do them on the last date of the extension, which I think is like October 31st or something. Yeah, but I actually did my taxes because I needed to know if I was going to make or lose money. Like that's really important to me in my current unemployed stage. So I had to do them in advance. But yeah, that just feels very straight. There's nothing gay about that process. It feels like I'm just a dude taking care of his household.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yep.
What about you?
What about me? The straightest thing about me this week, I went home for Easter and took the boyfriend, and we stopped at my dad's house on the way back to Seattle, and we went out to his shed and had tractor time.
Tractor time. What's that?
He started his tractor for us and pointed out how all the gears work and how to drive it, and we all regaled our stories of tractors of days gone by. I don't know.
Tractor time actually makes more sense now. Yeah.
And then the gayest thing about me this week is I'm getting a colonoscopy this week.
Oh yeah.
But the gayest thing is everybody I tell, especially at work, you can see them on their face. They're trying to figure out whether to bring up the gay thing or not. They're trying to figure out, what is my response to this? And can I talk about doctors putting things in your ass?
Yeah. Yep. Oh my God. What a complex web we weave.
Right. Yeah. We have a listener's Gayest or Straightest over a voicemail, which is how you should be sending them.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, totally. Here's this one.
Hey, Gayish. I have a Gayest and Straightest. So my Straightest is that when I went to dinner for Mom's birthday, I got a full rack of ribs. And mac and cheese and fries because I wanted it, and I said screw it. My gayest is a slight backstory. I worked at Chick-fil-A. I know, Chick-fil-A. Long story. We can talk more about that later. Anyway, I talked with my boss, who runs the store, and let him know that our anti-discrimination policy did not have sexual orientation in it, and he adjusted it and added it in. And I was like, wow, that's incredible. So realizing that I was able to make even that small change was just huge. So anyway, this is Jacob, by the way. Love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.
Okay, I think corrupting a Chick-fil-A with our gay agenda is right up there.
That's so impressive. And it brings it back full circle. At the very beginning of the episode, we were talking about how like individuals make a difference.
Oh, yeah. You're doing it.
You're doing it. Great job, Jacob.
Good work.
And those ribs. Now I want ribs and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, you said you were ready for it, or you wanted it. You said you wanted it, but I mean, we all know you weren't bottoming.
Not even a little bit.
Hey, we have a last announcement.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the book.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Hey, we wrote a book, everybody.
We wrote a book. And why are we burying it in this part that some people might not listen to?
Because we forgot to do it.
Because we forgot to do it in the main thing.
Or,
oh well.
You could cut this part out and put it in the main episode if you want to. We wrote a book. And it's tentatively titled "You're Probably Gayish."
Yep.
And we go through a 17-question questionnaire and award you gay points. Mm-hmm. Every question has a chapter where we explain why we scored it the way that we scored it and expand on the topic.
Yeah. So every chapter is a different gay stereotype that we describe whether it is true or not based on the history, based on the research, based on our personal experiences, all that kind of stuff that you know and love from the podcast.
Yeah, it is in editing right now, and assuming that everything goes according to plan, we will have books in hand in January. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned for that. But be patient because it's going to be 2025 before we can actually get it to you. But it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, we're really excited. We worked really hard on it and wrote a lot. And yeah, I think y'all will really like it.
Lord knows why. No. That's it.
That's it.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for doing this for this long.
Yeah. Thank you, too.
Do you think we're going to make it to 2031?
Oh my God. Is that another 7 years? Yeah. Is that the math? I can't do math. Wow. I don't know. We're going to do this for another 7 years. Let us know in the comments if you want us to keep doing this for 7 years.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. And I want to thank our super gap bridgers. Thank you to Kaylee Adams, Kit Oliver, Kobe Gordon, Pip, Andrew Bugby, William Bryant, John Crowley, Stephen Porch, Yost Osel, Harry Shaw, Jonathan Montañez, Wadu, Forrest Nail, Patrick Martin, Steve Douglas, Explosive Zanya, Michael Covington, Just Jamie, Thomas B, Dusty Sands, A.E. Coleman, Chris Cacciatorians, and Jerome York. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Cacciatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you.
7 years. Fuck me running.
7 fucking years. Putting up with your bullshit.
Right.
Bye.